Hey, what is going on? Of course, once again, to all of my bookish freaks out there, it's me, your host, Amira Blaze, and welcome back, guys. We got another bonus episode of Bookshade, okay? So, guys, another new segment I'm bringing here to the show, and I'm simply going to call this Book Soundtrack, where after I finish reading a book, I compile and put together a soundtrack that I just feel complements the mood of the book. So in part one, I'm sure you already checked it out. I did a review on the 10th book, once again in the Written in the Stars novella series, and this was created by CM Albert, and then she also had other authors to contribute to the series. But I wanted to specifically, because yesterday, congratulations, of course, to CM Albert, because her latest addition to this novella series called Consumed by Love, that's what I did the review on, came out yesterday, y'all, and oh my gosh, like, it is such, well, day before, there we go, day before, but guys, it's so good. So without me, being extra and wasting time, let me, present to you guys my book soundtrack to Consumed by Love. Now, she does have her own soundtrack, guys, that complements the book, so definitely go to her website, which is colleenalbert.com, to check it out. I have all the links below, guys, including the playlist that I compiled for Consumed by Love, once again by CM Albert. So what musical choices did I pick? Well, first off, guys, you guys know I am a huge stan for K-pop, guys. K-pop is so wonderful. I just like Asian pop music in general, but K-pop, I mean, just the flashy dance beats, the retro yet modern looks, depending on the K-pop artist that you're listening to. But guys, let me tell you, the queen, well, one of the queens of K-pop, in my opinion, is BoA. And this is, of course, One Shot, Two Shot. And guys, this song is perfect for this, okay? Because if you look up the lyrics, BoA is like describing a relationship like it's in the stars, And that's what I was thinking about. I was like, since this book series, this novella series really concentrates and focuses on talking about astrology and the different like signs in the zodiac, like One Shot, Two Shot really perfects that. It's really poppy, and I was thinking this was a song that, like, I could definitely see Bryn and Lindy dancing to this in the club and just having a good damn time, okay? Next, we have Keyshia Cole's Love. I mean, guys, this is a classic. Like, Keyshia Cole is the queen of relationship songs. She can write a relationship song to make you feel romantic and sexy, but she can also write a song that really makes you think about what love really is. And I did include, guys, on my playlist for Consumed by Love, definitely I did put the music video, because if you watch the music video, guys, there are some similarities to, like, some of the challenges that both Pierce and Bryn have to deal with the formation of the relationship. And yeah, like in the lyrics, Keyshia says, that I didn't find love until I found you. And I think Bryn feels like that many times throughout the book. Is she's just like, is this real? Like, this guy actually loves me and he just, he's not gonna not treat me right? Like, what's going on? So sometimes, guys, love can be deceptive, especially when you have had your heart broken. So yeah, Keyshia Cole is that lady, guys. She writes amazing love ballads. Highly recommend. Love is actually off of her debut album called The Way It Is. Essential R&B, guys. essential R&B, let me tell you. Some other honorable mentions, guys, of Keyshia Cole songs that fit perfectly with this book. Also, this is actually, I would say, one of Keyshia's better albums that she came out with. This is called A Different Me. And I would also recommend the song Trust, which is a duet that she does with Monica. Also, this is another album of Keyshia Cole's that doesn't always get talked about, but it's okay. It's not her best album, but guys, she's got some good romantic banger songs on here. So for example, she has Take Me Away. I would also recommend too, from her debut album, The Way It Is, We Could Be, and Enough of No Love, because both of these songs, guys, kind of talk about, like, you know, we could make something happen, like in We Could Be, and then Enough of No Love is just like, hey, you know, like, and I think this is how Pierce kind of feels throughout the book, where Bryn sometimes is being indecisive and he's just like, please make up your mind, it's either me or him, like, you know, stop being indecisive. So that's what that song, Enough of No Love, like, really represents. I would also say, guys, K. Michelle, another queen of the R&B relationship song. I don't know what it is, guys, but like, there's just something about K. Michelle. She just knows how to sing about pain, about just love, whether it's a positive relationship or a negative relationship, and she just, it comes from her soul. This is her second album that's called it's called Anyone Wanna Buy or Anybody Want a Heart. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's really good, guys. Personally, my favorite K. Michelle album, and I would suggest the songs, guys, like Not a Little Bit, Love 'Em All. Not a Little Bit is from her next album after this one that's called More Issues Than Vogue. It was okay. A little too mainstream for my taste personally, but it's an okay album. So I would say Not a Little Bit, Love 'Em All is the one that comes from this album. And what that song really represents, guys, is talking about sometimes how you can, you know, you can be in love with one guy, but for some reason, as you're, you know, going along in your life, and maybe, you know, relationships work and relationships don't work, you find things in each guy that you love. So like in the song, she says, you know, I may hate them, but I love them all, you know, which kind of represents, like, yeah, like, you know, I may like this in one guy, but I may like this in another guy, but I just hate to love them, so that's why I love them all. And sometimes women, guys, when we have relationships, you know, whether you have a partner or you're with them, you know, your hetero, you know, sexual relationship, those things can happen, you know, where there's like you feel this inconsistency, especially when you have a love triangle happening, which never happens to me. But love triangles are complicated, guys. Not worth it, you know. Like, you know, the heart wants, as you know, as that song goes, the heart wants what it wants, right? So it's like you got to make up your mind and come to a consensus eventually. And if you read Consumed by Love, you'll understand exactly what I mean. And hey, we got Your Best Friend. Hey, welcome, of course, to the program. And Your Best says, love your makeup. Thank you so much, guys. Let me tell you guys, this whole entire week, I have been getting non-stop compliments on my makeup, but guys, I've just been really practicing, and I was like, you know what? I got to get better at my looks. I want to, you know, come on here and look the best way that I can. Also, guys, side tangent, I lost some weight. I actually lost a couple pounds, so I'm gonna keep it going. But you know, this weekend I am going to indulge a little bit. Okay, I earned it. Okay, everybody at least gotta have a little junk food day, and then, you know, I'm gonna get right back into it. But no, thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate that. But yeah, this album, guys, is phenomenal. K. Michelle is great. So I would say Not a Little Bit, Love 'Em All. And then there was another album that she made after More Issues Than Vogue. and she has a song on there called Birthday. You'll understand, guys, when you read Consumed by Love. But you know how sometimes, guys, someone can be so sexy to you, it's like when you're around them you think it's your birthday. Like, that's what that song really represents to me, because literally, guys, she says in the song, she's like, it's your birthday, tell me what you want to do, and I got some pretty bitches with me. So, you know, it's this play on sexuality in a way. And like K Michelle is known for that. You know, she plays around with in her songs, you know, she plays around with the different elements of sexuality. It's very, and sensuality, so it is very interesting. But yeah, the song is really sexy. I would play that during like the sex scenes within the book. You'll understand when you read it. Yes. Okay. All right, moving on here, guys. Of course, like I said, another recommendation, Not a Little Bit. K Michelle, she's great, but I feel bad for K Michelle, guys, because on one hand she's so talented, but because she's like a reality show star on a very dramatic show like Love and Hip Hop, you know, I think that's what it, I mean, if it was not for Love and Hip Hop, you know, I mean, I think people would still know about K Michelle, but not at the volume that people know her for. But it's like people know her more for her drama and like beefs and stuff versus her actual talent, which is really sad if you think about it. I'm just saying, okay? And then, of course, I love, oh my gosh, guys, I love Tammie. If you're not familiar with her, she is an amazing Canadian R&B like singer, songwriter. She does it all, and she is gorgeous, guys, and she just makes this real good, feel good, uplifting kind of R&B music, you know, like much appreciated, right? This is from her debut album. Songs that I would mention to recommend to listen to while you're reading, I would say So Into You, which comes off of this album. I would say Can't Get Enough, which comes off of my favorite Tammie album, which is Between Friends, guys. This whole album is just like focusing on like, you know, relationships. The you know, at first the relationship is like platonic, but then things start to get real, you know, serious and sexy and freaky. Okay, well, maybe that's just me. No. My extraness, y'all. But yeah, it's a great album. But I would recommend the song called Can't Get Enough, guys. It's literally about like a couple getting it on. Okay, literally in the song she says, close the door, bedroom floor, I can't get enough of you. Enough said. Okay, so I would say during like the sex scenes, I would definitely listen to Can't Get Enough. Earlier on in the book, when they're finally like, you know, when they're first like getting together, So Into You, perfect for that. And then she also has another song off of Between Friends called Almost, where it's like, you know, the relationship almost happened, and this is where like you see that kind of formation of like the attraction that she still has to Noah. And that's what I thought about that song. I was like, it's almost, you know, it's like almost there, you know. All right, of course I gotta talk about my lady. Yeah, baby. That's my horrible Tamar Braxton impersonation, but y'all, I love me some Tamar. Tamar makes great TV. But overall, guys, as much as people be giving so much flack to Tamar Braxton, she really has a great personality. Like, she's so kind and like generous and stuff. So, you know, that's the thing I always tell people, is you got to separate the personality, sometimes like the TV personality, from the actual person, you know. And Tamar Braxton is an excellent example of like, you just don't judge a book by its cover, you know. But this album, guys, literally you could listen to this whole entire album for this book. It's called Love and War, and it talks about relationships, like the battle of love and war, literally, because there's war in love sometimes, guys, especially when you're having a love triangle. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, that is a battle right there. So I would suggest listening to this entire album, no lie. I would say songs like, of course, Love and War. She has another song called Let Me Know, where she's literally it says, hey, you know, you want to get it on, just let me know, let's make this happen, you know what I mean? She also has a song called Hot Sugar, which I included the music video in the playlist. It is hilarious. It's great. Like Tamar at her finest. And then off of the same album, Pieces, because literally, guys, the song is talking about like, I'm in this relationship and you are not doing your part and you're making me fall into pieces. And there are moments where Pierce, I think, feels like that. And even Bryn herself, I mean, she's stuck, guys, between two fine ass men, okay? That's a difficult decision to make. No, all jokes aside, guys, you always gotta, like, to me, I feel like when you're in like a love triangle, you really have to think logically. Like, you gotta really think with your mind, and you also gotta think about your heart, and also how that person treats you, you know? And to me, guys, if it were me, if I had to choose between like Pierce and Noah, it, like, when you read the book, guys, it Pierce all the way. Like, as much as, don't get me wrong, guys, Noah is a very sexy white chocolate daddy of a man, and Pierce is that sexy older daddy, let me tell you, okay? He is everything, okay? But I digress. Yeah, but the song really represents that, like, you know, I'm just falling into pieces, and I'm done, okay? I'm done, all right? So I've been talking about all of the female perspective, but how about the male perspective? You know, I like being fair on this show. You know, I like giving the guy perspective from the female perspective, and then I give my perspective as a woman, right? So Jay Sean, guys, he is one fine Asian daddy. Look at how fine this man is. Enough said, but I digress, y'all. This is off of his album that really got him established, guys, in the American music market at the time. It's called All or Nothing, and there's a song on there that really made me think of the book, and it's called Do You. Literally, guys, he literally says in the song, he's like, hey, do you like the way that I'm doing you? You know, I want to hear, you know, I want to hear us, you know, alone with the music off. And I'm like, ooh, that's sexy. Okay. But yeah, Jay Sean's more popular overseas, to be honest, guys, like in Europe and stuff. But he did have a couple of hits in America. He did a song which is another honorable mention. He did a song with my other man, okay, Pitbull, and it's called I'm Yours. And yeah, I mean, that's literally what the song is saying. He's like, you know what, you're the one for me, and I am yours, you know. But yeah, Do You is great, guys. It's got a great intro, and his voice is so sexy. Like, I would definitely like to be with him with music or no music. Get your life, okay? But enough of my extraness, y'all. But yeah, definitely check it out. Great song. Of course, guys, to me, one of the music industry's best kept R&B vocalist, diva, in a good way, okay? And who I'm talking about is R&B diva's very own Kiki Wyatt. Great reality show, guys. I'll definitely be doing a review on the Curvy Metalhead show about R&B divas in the future, because it is juicy, okay? But I digress. So this is her song, Sexy Song. I mean, guys, you watch the music video, I mean, enough said. I mean, she's putting rose petals on the floor. She got her sexy lingerie on, okay? Her fine daddy of a man is coming home, got that sexy business suit on. Because Pierce, guys, he looked good in a business suit. Woo, let me tell you, he's muy caliente, okay? Super fine, okay? And yeah, that's what the song is talking about. She's just like, you know, let's dance to our sexy song, and I can't wait to get it on with you. I mean, okay, I love Kiki Wyatt. She a freak, though. I gotta say, if you watch the Make Love music video with the duet that she did with Faith Evans, I mean, guys, she got on this dominatrix whip. She's like whipping the man. I'm like, okay, we know what you into. No kink shaming here. No kink shaming here. But I digress, guys. Great song, okay? Next, of course, you got Faith Evans with Incomparable. Oh, also to backtrack, guys, for Kiki Wyatt, I would also honorable mention, listen to her song called Fall in Love. I mean, it says it itself. She's like, I just can't wait to fall in love with you. And that's how I feel like Pierce kind of feels towards Bryn. Like, he's just so enthralled with her. It is super adorable, guys. I'm just saying. But yeah, honorable mention. But yeah, Faith Evans, guys, she is the queen. Besides Mary J. Blige, she is the queen of the hip-hop R&B soul. This is off of her latest album that she came out with, I believe. It's called Incomparable or something like that. But yeah, it's an okay album. Not Faith Evans' best album, but I would suggest she has the duet Make Love with Kiki Wyatt. And then, of course, guys, this is probably one of Faith Evans' most overlooked albums, The First Lady. It's really good, actually. I would listen to the tracks on here until you came. Like, literally, she's singing about, like, I was not complete until you came into my life. And there are many moments, guys, in the book where both Pierce and Bryn feel that kind of way. You know, like when you love someone, guys, like you have that instant attraction to, well, not love, but you have that instant attraction to them. You're just like, man, until you came, like I felt empty, but now I feel complete in a way, or I feel I'm so glad I'm able to get to know someone who like actually gets me and doesn't judge me, you know. She also has a song called True Love on here too, which is really good, really good. All right. Now, this is classic R&B. To me, you have not listened to R&B and experienced R&B until you have listened to Faith by Faith Evans. Hit after hit. This is what put Faith Evans, in my opinion, in the mainstream, okay? This is like her, I believe, yeah, this is her debut. And I would recommend the songs Soon As I Get Home, okay? Ain't Nobody, and You Used to Love Me. I mean, it's literally, guys, the different phases within a relationship, because like Soon As I Get Home is that sexy infatuation. I mean, literally, guys, in the song, she's like, as soon as I get home, I can't wait to make love to you. I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? And then, you know, Ain't Nobody too, like she's singing about like there's no other woman, you know, can compare to me, you know, so ain't nobody, you know, do what I do. So I mean, yeah, okay, that's a sign of a confident woman, I'm just saying. All right. And then of course, Used to Love Me is when the relationship was good, but then something happened and it caused an eruption of separation, and she's just like, yeah, you used to love me, but I don't know, you know, I'm moving on, you know what I mean? Another artist, guys, to me, highly underrated, super talented. How 7th Streeter has not blown up like Normani, I don't get it. I don't get it. 7th Streeter, guys, as an artist, she's the complete package. She can dance the house down. She's a singer and a songwriter, guys, and you'd be surprised, she has written some blockbuster hits for some well-respected artists, guys, if you're into R&B and stuff that you may know, okay? But she decided to branch off on her own, and she's been, you know, doing music for some time. She started really picking up traction, in my opinion. She came out, I forgot the name of the album now, but she came out of an album that she did a duet with Chris Brown, and it's called It Won't Stop. And then people started kind of noticing her a little bit. But guys, my favorite album of hers that I highly recommend is Girl Interrupted. It is like classic, like modern R&B flavor, like it's everything. So the songs that I recommend off of that album, Girl Interrupted, that really match the book, guys, is Before I Do, where she's, you know, saying, she's like, hey, I want to get with you, but you know, I gotta know that you're gonna be consistent, you know, I gotta know that you're gonna be with me like that. And there are moments where Bryn feels that too, and especially I think Pierce feels it more, you know, because he's just like, well, you know what, if you're gonna be with me, you know, you need to be with me. So figure out your stuff. You know what I mean? And I would also suggest to another honorable mention song off of this album is Love for You. Literally, guys, in the song, she's like, I am saving all of my love for you. And you're the only one that makes me feel this way. No other man, I'm just paraphrasing, but no other man makes me feel the way that you make me feel. Yes, okay. And I think all of us have had that feeling of someone that just makes us feel like, hey, I want to save my love for you. Like, there are tons and tons of really good looking, you know, wonderful people out there, but you are special to me, and I am saving, you know, my love, everything that I am for you. And that's really deep, guys. And that's why I like Pierce, because like, even though Pierce is, you know, he definitely has like, you know, alpha male tendencies, you know, when it comes to like the bedroom and in business and stuff. But he has that mentality with Bryn where, you know, he's like, hey, you know what? I am saving the love that I have. I am saving it for you. So yeah, 7th Streeter, guys, definitely check out her music. It is popping. Okay. I don't know what's going on sometimes in the music industry, guys, because you got people like her, you got Normani. There's another artist that I really like too. Her name is Dawn Richard. You may know her from the mega successful group Danity Kane, but as a solo artist, guys, she really steps out and makes really good music too. But I don't know why 7th Streeter has not blown up. It's really sad. Like, she's super talented, well deserved. Another person too, Victoria Monet. She finally started getting some traction. Guys, go get her EP. It's called Jaguar. I will be doing a separate review on that too. It's really good, guys. I'm just saying. Okay, enough of me, you know, being extra. Let me continue here. All right, next recommendation, guys. Mary J. Blige. I mean, come on, the queen, the other queen besides Faith Evans and Patti LaBelle and Kiki Wyatt. In my opinion, Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip hop and soul. You know, I mean, she writes about sadness, she writes about being happy, she can throw a really good party jam on. She does a little bit of everything. But this album, guys, to me is one of her, I mean, her albums are deep, don't get me wrong, but like, if I'm thinking of her earlier stuff, Share My World really helped people to see Mary as an artist in a more mature light, because people were used to seeing Mary like in her, like her first 2 albums were more of like the dance, like, you know, real love, you know, I'm searching for a real love. Like, people were used to that Mary, and then she slowed it down and she's like, no, I'm gonna give you my heart, I'm gonna give you the soul of what women go through out here, you know, and how relationships can be, you know, not all that glitters is gold. And that's what Share My World is. She is literally opening up, you know, the world at the time of like how she felt in a way, you know. And that's why I always liked Mary J. Blige, because she really she really presents that kind of message of like, this is the reality of life, you know, and let me share my stories through my song. Someone who does this very, like, executes this very well is Jill Scott is another person. Okay, but yeah, Share My World, guys, I would recommend the songs off of this album. I Can Love You featuring Lil' Kim. I mean, come on, you know, she's saying, hey, I can love you better than, you know, she can. And there are moments, guys, where Bryn, you know, in her past, you'll learn about that, she kind of sometimes she feels like she was like second best, you know what I mean? Also, I would say Share My World too, because she's the song itself, you know, she's like, I want to share this with you and please be consistent, you know what I mean? But yeah, excellent, essential R&B, guys. I'm just saying, excellent album. Woo. All right, next, of course, this is an album, for some reason, if you're into Brandy's music, no one ever talks about this album unless you're like a super Brandy fan, but it gets glossed over. And it's actually, to me, one of once Brandy started wanting to mature her sound a little bit more, this is like one of my favorite Brandy albums besides Aphrodisiac. Oh my gosh, that is classic, like grown up, like Brandy music, right? Because, you know, most of the time when people think of Brandy, you know, they think of like baby, 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 like they think of that Brandy, you know. But as she matured, guys, so did her sound. And Full Moon is very deep and very poetic, and she's, you know, and Brandy has always been that kind of singer songwriter too. Like, she writes from her heart, you know, and I think most musicians do, you know. But yeah, Full Moon is excellent, guys. Highly recommend. I would suggest the tracks on this album. Nothing. She literally says, she's like, I am nothing without you. You know, and that's how you feel sometimes, guys, when you're really in love with someone. You're like, and then you gotta be like, you know, that's the test, is when you're, you know, you're away from them for a long time, and you do feel that emptiness, that nothingness, you know. So that song really made me think about their relationship at times. And then she has another song that's called When You Touch Me. Sexy, you know. She's just like, you know, you give me all these feelings evoking me when you touch me, you know. And even the way that she sings it, guys, she's just like, in the beginning, she's like, touch me, and I'm like, ooh, that's sexy. Okay, Brandy, with your bad self. Okay. I haven't had a chance to listen to her latest album that she came out with. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I like Full Moon. And most of the time when people talk about Brandy, they're either talking about like her debut, or they're talking about the one that really put her on the map like that too, was Never Say Never, because, you know, it had the duet with, that's like where most of her hits, you know, honestly, were on that album. Because she had like Almost Doesn't Count, she had Sitting on Top of the World, she had The Boy Is Mine. I mean, that's a classic duet with Monica, okay? But yeah, Full Moon always gets glossed over, but it is a really good album. So is Aphrodisiac. Like, if you want more of the mature Brandy sound, I would say Full Moon. Full Moon still a little commercial, I will say, more commercial R&B, but it's still good though. But if you want mature, like deep, you know, poetic Brandy, if you want to say, then I would say check out Aphrodisiac. And it still has some dance records, but it's still a deep album, and I greatly enjoyed that one. All right, so let's get into the wonderful world again of K-pop. Yes. Okay, how can I talk about K-pop and not talk about Howlin', guys? Okay, Howlin' is like the Beyonce of K-pop right now. Like, to me, she's one of the queens of K-pop besides Boa. And the thing is, guys, like, Howlin', I can't even really call her a K-pop star, because to me, the roots of her sound, of her music now, it's more of like, I would say it's like K-R&B. That's the best way to put it. But guys, this song Daily, oh my gosh, featuring Gray, the music video, guys, I didn't even know the human body could move like that. You guys have to watch the music video for this. It is insane. Okay, and like Howlin', she brings the sex appeal, and she's just letting you have it, and that's what this song is about. So, you know, I would say listen to this song like during like the sex scenes in the book, and there are plenty. Okay, juicy, darling, juicy. Okay, but yeah, Daily is great. It is super great. I mean, she's, you know, got that daily. I'm like, okay, get your life. Like, she's very, very sexy. Like, she lets you have it. But I enjoy all of her other songs that she's done, but I'll have to talk about her in the future, guys, because she's really one of my favorite like K-R&B artists. But yeah, to me, I would compare her to, like, she's like an Asian Beyonce. Like, for real, she really is. She has a very inspired kind of sound that's similar to Beyonce, but yeah, super good, super good. And of course, guys, probably one of the most deep and profound Korean alternative R&B pop artist that I have I've heard in a long time. And what I'm talking about is Hijay. This is her latest EP that just came out. It's called Lyricist, and guys, let me tell you, it is something. It's really good. And now I gotta give you a forewarning about Hijay though. She's really intellectual, like with her music videos. Like there's so many different interpretations, guys. Like she's very deep with her stuff, so you gotta like listen to it multiple times before you can kind of put a message together of like what she's singing about. So that's what I like about her. And she's not your typical like K-pop like artist. She's really multi-layered. You know, she's a singer-songwriter. As you can see, guys, I love singer-songwriters. But I would highly recommend the song off of this EP. It's called Your Name, and it features Ash Island. A great duet, guys. And what this, I did include the music video because you really have to watch the music video for this to like make sense. So the concept in the music video is she's dressed like she's in like the 1920s, and she's like singing, and then this really hot like Korean daddy of a man, like he's super fine. They're like, you know, together, and she's like being cute and stuff, and then he's supposed to show up, and then he doesn't show up, and she's just like, her heart is broken, okay? But then a couple years go by, and it's in the present day, and then she's like a photographer, and she's like taking pictures and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, guys, there's a doppelganger of the guy in her past life. This is my interpretation of it. In her past life, that she fell in love with, you know. And the reason why I picked Your Name, guys, is like if you read the lyrics of the song, you know, she's just like, man, she's like, when I hear your name, it just makes me reminisce and all this. It's a great song, guys. Hijay, she's like one of my other favorite K-pop artists, but I would say more Korean R&B. She's more R&B. And she has a lot of jazz influence in her music too, but her stuff, guys, if you don't like thinking a lot about like music like that, you may not like her, but her stuff is deep. It like makes you think, okay? Also, how can I not mention relationship songs without, you know, Twit, 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 I know you like it, nobody like it. Okay, I'm ruining the song for you, sorry guys. But yeah, Twit, guys, by Hawassa. Oh my gosh, I love her. She's so like campy with her humor, and she's just really funny, and she's gorgeous, right? I mean, look at this skin. Enough said. Okay, so what this song is about, guys, once again, just like Hijay, this is a very multi-layered song. So what a twit is, it's a English word for a fool, like being a foolish person. And from the interviews that I have watched on Hawassa talking about this song, she mentioned that like in this case, and I included the music video for this one too, in the music video she's like talking to her like boyfriend, but the thing is like she's just looking at him like he is a total tool, you know. So that's what a twit represents. It's like being, you know, you're being a fool, but as a woman, I'm strong, I'm confident, and if you want to be a fool, I can move on and I can handle my damn self. So that's what this song is about. And there are moments, guys, in Consumed by Love where Bryn feels that way. She's just like, you know, I am a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man to be bossing me around. I can handle my own, you know. I want to work hard to get the opportunities that I deserve. So that's why I thought of this song like right away, because it really does represent it. And Hawassa can dance the house down. She's an amazing talent. Like, I hope she continues doing more solo music, because she is part of they call it like a K-pop girl group, but as a solo artist, she is great. Like, I love her. Of course, how can I not talk about one of my favorite Asian daddies in the whole wide world? Oh my gosh, guys, I have a thing for Jay Park. Whew. Jay Park, guys, so sexy. Like, he is just and his music video, all of his music videos, guys, I pretty much watched them, and they're boss. Like, and he can, like, he's a really good dancer and great concepts for his music videos. He brings this very American flavor to you know, to Korean, like, hip-hop and R&B, and yeah, he's fantastic. He's great, and he actually is from America, and then he went over to South Korea, and then he kind of started his journey as a K-pop superstar. And then he's like, you know, I want to do my own thing. So he branched off, guys. He has his own record label, I believe. And he became the first, I believe this, from my research, he became the first Asian artist to work with, to, like, you know, make records and stuff with Jay-Z's label called Rock Nation. So, you know, he's very talented, guys. I have to say, he's really, really talented. So some of the songs that I would recommend, you know, based on the book, in regards to Jay Park, I would say listen to, he has a song that's called Demon, and oh man, he's so talented, y'all. So this section is my honorable mention. So this is stuff that I just, you know, thought about it, and I just wanted to include it into the soundtrack here that I, you know, put together here. But yeah, Jay Park, I would recommend Reborn, which is this one, and then I would also say Metronome, because it kind of talks about how love is like a metronome, like a relationship can be, you know, it's swaying in so many different, like, levels. And then yeah, Reborn too is this song of, like, you know, I am refreshing myself, and, you know, this is a new page and that kind of thing. Also, oh my gosh, this is like my favorite Jay Park album. Off of this album, guys, there is the song All I Want to Do, and that's literally what he says. He's like, all I want to do is just kick it with you. Like, you know, so there are moments where it, you know, they just kick it with each other and they have a good time. Also, another song that I really enjoy is called Know Your Name, you know, and he's just like, yeah, you know, I just want to take it slow with you. I want to get to know you, you know, what's your name? Like, know your name, you know what I mean? He's so sexy, guys. Like, he know he's sexy too. That's why he be showing them abs and be dressing the way he does. I don't blame him. Like, he look good. I'm just saying, okay? And then I would also recommend Demon too. You know, like this deception sometimes of a woman kind of being like a Medusa and just, you know, like, you're just taking a hold of me. It's a very sexy song, I gotta say. I'm just saying. All right, some other honorable mentions here, guys, is of course, guys, you may not know this. I haven't talked about this actually, but I do have a thing for Romanian pop music, and one of my favorite I cannot talk today, guys. One of my favorite Romanian pop artists that I live for is Ina. Oh my gosh, guys, she can sing in Spanish, like multiple languages, and Romanian and English and all that. She is brilliant, okay? Like, Ina is she's like one of the most successful pop artists to come out of Romania. She is known outside of Romania too. And then on top of that, guys, I consider her like the Britney Spears of Romanian pop music. She is mega talented, and she still makes music, guys, till this day. And this is like one of her recent hits. She just came out with a new song, which I will be reacting to. I gotta check that out. But she's been making a lot of really high octane, like, dance records. But this one, I thought right away, this one just came out like recently, and it's called Discoteca, okay? And it's a duet that she does with Minelli and herself, and it's really good. It's the only thing that I don't like about this song, it's too short, because the beat is stellar in this song, guys. It's really, really good. And I really would love if just Minelli and Ina, they just made an album together, because it would be baller. But yeah, it's just a great disco, like modern disco dance track. And I was thinking of this song like when they're in the bar, and it's just like this discoteca, like, yeah, I love Ina though. I have a special place in my heart for her. She just makes really good dance music, but she can also do pretty good ballads as well. So highly recommended for sure. Other honorable mention, Amazing, guys, where she's just literally saying that your love, this guy is just amazing. The music video, boss. The guy in the music video, very sexy. I'm just saying. Okay. She's so beautiful. Now, I have to say though, this is an interesting honorable mention, guys, because I love Christina Aguilera, but that new album, absolute trash. That's just me. But another album that people tend to overlook when they're looking at Christina Aguilera's discography is Lotus. Lotus was an absolute like just failure of an album, and actually I can put it in the same level as her like BDSM like looking album, which was called Bionic. Total failure. But there was a hit that came off of the Lotus album, and I like it, and it's called like Fuck Your Body, but the censored version of it is Your Body. The music video is hilarious, guys, absolutely hilarious. But guys, the song says it itself. She's just like, I am so into you, I want to fuck your body. Like this, you know, I mean, she gets right to the point. She's very gorgeous, but I don't know, the last time I saw like a photo of her, like her lips were like super big, and I was just like, why? Like, she's so gorgeous, man. Just, you know, I mean, no, to me, I don't have an issue with plastic surgery, but there's just got to be a cutoff point, you know, at some point. But I'm not saying she's gotten plastic surgery, but she just looks different to me for some reason. But yeah, Your Body is great, guys. It's just a really sexy, like, poppy dance record, and she's just like, tonight is the night I fuck your body. Oh. Like, okay, I can't sing as well as, you know, her, hence why I will never have a Grammy. But man, yeah, great song. Definitely during the sex scenes, guys. Oh, it'll get you in the mood. I'm just saying. All right, next honorable mention, guys. This woman, I don't know why, but she is another R&B music industry's best kept secret, just like Kiki Wyatt. But Selena Johnson, guys, she makes some bomb ass records, and she be making these deep, poetic, and like emotional, flavorful like R&B records, and they're so good. And what she did with her, she kind of has this like series that she does with her albums. So there's like chapter 1, chapter 2, and it tells the story of like a relationship, and it's really well executed. This is like my favorite of her albums so far. This is chapter 3, The Flesh, and the song that she has on here is called Another Relationship, where she's literally singing this song about like, what is it about this other woman that's got you all in your feelings. But I thought of Pierce, you know, right away, like when Pierce like Bryn is like, oh hey, there's like when Bryn is talking to Noah, and like Noah's like really into her, and then she's like, hey, I met someone. Like, that's why I thought about this song, you know, because it's like, okay, what is it about Pierce that's got you all like hot and bothered, and you want to like, you know, take it to the next level with him. So yeah, that's what Another Relationship, that song is about. But it's, guys, please check out Selena Johnson's music. You will not be disappointed, especially if you like that older kind of traditional soul kind of flavor, and like the blues kind of influence in there, but it's still modern R&B. You will like Selena Johnson. I'm just saying, she's really underrated, like really underrated for real. Next, of course, I talked about K Michelle already. Also, guys, another honorable mention for Hijay. It's Angeli. It's a duet that she did with the very sexy Dean. I love Dean, guys. Oh, he's so good. Like, he's got better songs than his hit record Instagram, but still, it's great. And his songs are very like it makes you think. Like, it's very deep and poetic. But this is a very fun kind of campy song. It's called Angeli, and it's just this kind of battle between the both of them, and the music video is like hilarious. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. Highly recommended. Also, once again, you can see I love Hijay. Her music is so great, and it's got like jazz and like, you know, some instrumentals woven in, and like, she's great. But this is her other album with the hit song She's Fine. So like, Brand kind of feels like that sometimes in the book, where she's like, you know, people are asking her like, hey, what's wrong, and she's like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, I got it all together. No, you don't. But yeah, great album, highly recommended too. And then of course, how can I not talk about my lady here, Jill Scott? Okay guys, Jill Scott, like hashtag like plus size woman aspiration goals. Like, she's so confident with her curves, and she just loves her body, and just like, she oozes sex appeal, guys. Like, she's such a breath of fresh air. And Jill Scott, you know, she's not, to me, a full-blown, like, she can sing, but she's more of a storyteller. So she tells stories through her songs, you know. And this is her series of albums. It's called The Real Thing, Words and Sounds, Volume 3. And this is where, you know, she takes this shift into getting a little bit deeper, talking about the complexities in a relationship and the complexities in regards to like sex and stuff like that. It's really good, guys. Highly recommend. I also like Volume 1. Honorable mention too, she has this song called Getting in the Way, where she's talking about this other woman trying to take her man, and she snatches her wig, guys. Ooh, I was laughing so hard. She was just like, 9.95 or something like that, and I was just like, oh yes, you did. You let her have it, okay? But yeah, great album, guys. The Real Thing, Words and Sounds, Volume 3. I would recommend the tracks of Come and See Me. I mean, enough said. Like, she wants to see you for the sexy time, I'm saying. And then also she has this song like, I just want to be loved like everybody else does. Oh man, I think that would be a great song to kind of like end the book with, you know, because that's like one of the themes that goes through Consumed by Love. It's just, everybody wants to feel loved, guys, like everybody else does, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you're single, oh my gosh, like the holidays are the worst when you're single, in a way, you know, unless you're really like secure, you know, being comfortable being single like that. Like, when you see other couples and everybody's like happy and stuff, you're just like, I just want to be loved. You know what I mean? We all have those moments in life, right? But yeah, great album, and fits this book really well. And then of course, her current release that came out in 2015, I wish she would come out with some more music. She is phenomenal. But this is the album Woman. Excellent album as well. I would suggest the song off of here called Can't Wait, because she's like, I just can't wait to see ya, okay? And she got a voice on her. Yes, God, I'm just saying. All right, and then to conclude here, guys, I mean, come on, probably one of the most misunderstood and sometimes underrated artists, Ciara. Okay, Ciara be bringing them hits, you know. Unfortunately, the issue that Ciara has had in her music career is, to me, it's growth and maturity. Okay, let me explain. Because at one hand, like when Ciara started her career, you know, she was doing more of that crunk music, that upbeat, you know, more like pop kind of R&B stuff. And then, you know, like any artist, you know, you grow up and you want to, you know, you're going through this maturity phase with your music. So a couple years ago, she came out with an album called Jacky, which was this, you know, adult, grown up Ciara kind of music, and sharing her trials and tribulations. And guys, let me tell you, that album got canceled. People were not checking for it, but it had hits on there, guys. So for example, this one was not on, I don't think this one was on Jacky, but I mean, Body Party, guys, literally she says, my body is your party. enough said. Okay, so during the sex scenes and stuff, I would say listen to this one, and also Dance Like We're Making Love. I mean, that's off of Jacky, guys. Great song. Great song. I don't know, Jacky just got really it's really underrated. Oh, Body Party is off of her self-titled album called Sierra. But yeah, Dance Like We're Making Love, I mean, that's what she says. She's like, the sweat is dripping off of my body, show me what you need to, you know, show me what you need to do. I believe that's what she says. So you know, it's this is this play on, like, if you think about like BDSM, for example, it's not always about the dominant and the submissive. It's the play on the roles of like sexual like control and things like that. And what I found really interesting, guys, about Consumed by Love is that there are moments in the book where, you know, she wants to like call him like master and stuff, because there is BDSM elements in this book. And he's just like, I'm not your dom, you know? And that was really refreshing, because a lot of times, like, when there's BDSM in some romance books, there is a clear cut, like black and white, like I am the dominant, you are the submissive. So that's why I like this book a lot, because it kind of plays on that, on like certain elements of like who leads, and you know, when it comes to like sexuality. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Pierce is still very dominant and in control, but he's not bossy with her. So that's refreshing. But yeah, definitely check it out, guys. Sierra, Dance Like We're Making Love. Great song. Just saying. So guys, that is of course my first ever book soundtrack recommendations for me reading the book Consumed by Love, which is a novella by CM Albert. And guys, let me know, what are some of your suggestions, maybe after you've read the book? What songs do you think really match up with this novella? And also, guys, once again, make sure that you go to CM Albert's official website, which is ColleenAlbert.com, and she also has her own playlist, guys, that she's compiled for this book, and it's really good. I gotta say, it's popping. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's it for another back-to-back bonus episode of Book Shade. Of course, I am your host, Amira Blaze, and you can keep in touch with me, y'all, the following ways. I'm on that Instagram and I'm on that Twitter, which is at Book Shade, and then you just put the number one. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, no, but yeah, thanks guys so much for your support. Thanks for just, you know, keeping me encouraged and, you know, doing the show, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, definitely guys, let me know, keep the suggestions coming. I got a lot coming up, you know, of course during the weekend too. I think I have to do like a follow-up on what I've been reading for Gothtober and all that good stuff. And I have another book, guys, that I just started. You guys will enjoy it. Really fucking good. Just saying. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get out of here. And of course, like I always say, remember that reading is Halloween. I'll talk to you guys very soon.